Hi everyone. For my community presentation, I chose the Fitspo Community, which you will learn about right now. So what is Fitspo? Fitspo is basically a community of bloggers who are solely interested in being physically fit, exercising, eating healthy, and just having a positive outlook on their bodies. Fitspo is short for Fitspirational, and these bloggers can easily be recognizable by the following traits. They will share healthy recipes, whether they wrote them themselves or if they found them on various websites and shared it through Tumblr. Inspirational stories of themselves and how they've overcome their weight or an eating disorder or battling with body issues over the years, brand new workout gear or pretty outfits, before and after pictures of transformations of bodies. Something known as Transformation Tuesday is really popular, where Tuesday will solely be the day that everybody shares these kind of pictures. They'll share exercise plans and or eating plans, as in like diet and just healthy ways or clean eating. Motivational quotes to keep you going, especially when times get tough. Photos of muscular and or toned bodies, especially of girls, and gifs of workout moves to make sure that people are doing the workouts in the way that they're supposed to be. One big problem is that Fitspo is sometimes confused with other types of sites, but it's completely different. Fitspo is focused on being healthy and working your body and doing everything the way that you should, while Thinspo, which is Thinspiration, is focusing on solely being skinny and thin, not necessarily healthy, more or less that you look good in clothes. And Pro Anna or Pro Mia are pro anorexia and pro bulimia sites. Now these are scary and they focus on being thin by becoming anorexic and or bulimic, and these sites promote using eating disorders as a way to apparently become beautiful. But Fitspo is nothing like that sort. So how are Fitspos created? Basically, anybody can create a Fitspo. However, the effort that one puts into one can separate the group drastically. Somebody who posts every single day, more than once a day, or even have posts queued so they're ready to go even when they're away from a computer or a smartphone, is very different and will be looked at differently compared to someone who posts maybe once a week or once a month, especially content that hasn't been created themselves. Fitspos are usually in the form of a blog, especially Tumblr. Tumblr is basically where the heart of Fitspos are, at least for the community that I'm involved in. Fitspo creators really value their bodies and they want to motivate themselves and others through sharing different pieces of information to others and learning from others as well. So it's all about coming together and showing what you know about what's worked and what hasn't, and just being a friend to people who you might not even know personally, people who are not even in the same country as you, anything to keep everybody going, because even though we're not all together, we might not all be friends, but we all value this one aspect of being healthy, and it just helps to know that you have somebody who's in the same boat as you. So the Fitspo community, there's not exactly a tally of how many Fitspos there are, but there's at least thousands of Fitspos. You can type into Google Fitspo and you will find a million of them off the bat. They're not really all attached, especially because of Tumblr norms. Tumblr, we don't like to associate with other social media sites because of how well Tumblr is run. And not every Fitspo is a friend with every other Fitspo. There's no directory either. You have to search for them or find one Fitspo that you like and look for all of their friends. Also, follows equals popularity. The more people who are following your Fitspo means that you're going to have a ton of friends, and chances are they're all going to be Fitspos just like that one. As of the breakdown, I really believe that creators make up 80% of the Fitspo community. Basically, everybody posts their own content and organic posts. Critics not so much. I really think there's only about 5% of critics out there. Collectors maybe 12, just because a lot of people just kind of post other things that they've seen from other people rather than kind of join in. Joiners maybe 2%, and spectators I put as 1%. For the Fitspo community, everybody interacts solely by a Tumblr blog, as I said before. Some people connect it to their Instagram and post images of themselves through Instagram. Other people use Instagram solely if they really don't mind about being open to the public and putting themselves out there. Pinterest isn't as big. A lot of people create a board for health, but the community isn't really there. Facebook definitely isn't really big for this community either. Not a lot of people like to be open about their weight and having body issues and things like that, which is why Tumblr is a great home for this, because Tumblr is very private and not really connected to an outside world. Twitter isn't as big, but it's getting there. Twitter, there's a lot of Fitspo sort of Twitter accounts that post recipes and motivational quotes, but it's not the same experience as it is with Tumblr, I have to say. But hashtags help tremendously, especially with Twitter and Tumblr. Hashtags are huge. Some common examples would be fitness, sweat, abs, clean eating, train mean, diet, fit girl problems. Anything that can be related to health is usually helpful. So here we have someone in my community. Her name is Gudrun. She is what I would consider to be a creator. She runs the Tumblr site of healthylifestylechoice.tumblr.com. And it's all about motivation, positivity, and helping those trying to lose weight and be fit. And she's been around for almost a year now, according to her archives. And the images you're seeing on the right is just a screenshot I took of her Tumblr and different kinds of things that she has. She has a good variety of recipes and motivational quotes, and she has some workouts too. She also has different pages for her personal blogs, a little bit about her personal life. She has her diet intake as a whole other section of her Tumblr, so you can see what she's eating every single day and compare what might be good and what might be bad in your own life. And she has a lot of different pages for different interests. For her demographics, she is 22 years old and she is from Belgium, which is another reason why I love Tumblr, is that you can easily be talking to people outside of the United States and not even know it until you look at their facts. She's a med student. I would say she's in a suburban or urban area with an average income. She doesn't really talk about that. An identifier for her is that she has thousands of followers. So I would only assume that it's because she creates original content that people can relate to. For the original content, again, as I said before, she has it separated into a bunch of different pages. She has recipes that she makes, recipes that she likes, workouts that she makes, workouts that she likes that she's found. She has stuff about her job. She has personal life, how she battled with eating disorders and her story with that. And again, just different sections for different interests. Her online activities, I would say she's advanced ability. She does have a little section about her Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and how you can share posts to those. The image on the right is actually a cute picture of her. As for her user story, I chose that as a creator in the Fitspo community, I need to be able to develop a healthy lifestyle away from eating disorders in order to help other girls as well as myself. She had said in her facts that she really regrets having an eating disorder before, and she wishes that she knew beforehand of how it was going to really hurt her. So she really wants to help other people and ultimately help herself. 2 quotes that I found from her were, "I want to really be healthy and fit, but most of all I want to be happy." And she said, "I'm trying to improve my self-esteem." Someone else I found in my community, her name is Lizzie, and I would consider her to be a critic. She runs the Tumblr site of thelittlebitty.tumblr.com, and it's a Tumblr site of personal weight loss, and her going through this. And she's been around for about 1 to 3 years, I would say. To the right is just an image of her Tumblr page and the different kind of posts that she has. She has a good mix of workouts and food, and she posts a lot about what people are asking her, and she answers back to them. She is 20 years old, and she is a college student. Do not know where she is from, but I would say a suburban or urban area, and a small household income. I say that because she said she couldn't afford to go to the gym at the moment, and she is pretty young, so I want to say that she still lives with her parents too. An identifier for her would be that she's not really interested in the fame. She doesn't promo or follow for follow, which is what a lot of Tumblrs do in order to get, basically it's like sharing on Facebook to have other people follow you or promote you. And she doesn't have a lot of followers. Basically, she's doing it for herself and kind of documenting her progress through weight loss. She has a fact section, kind of identifying basic questions that she doesn't want to repeat herself, and just so people can go there instead of asking her, so she doesn't have to go over the same things all the time. But she really does like helping others by communicating. Her online activities, I would say she is of intermediate ability, and all I know from Tumblr is that she is on Tumblr. She doesn't have it connected to anything else. Two of the quotes from her were, "I love getting questions and I'm happily give advice on anything I can," and she also has a disclaimer that she's not a doctor or a certified nutritionist, basically trying to back herself up by saying that, you know, she can give advice, but it's not necessarily the best advice, or she's not completely correct, that you might want to get a second opinion, but she likes trying to help you anyway. For her user story, I said, as a critic in the Fitspo community, I need to be able to learn about others and from others in order to achieve success for myself. So she likes learning about other people and what they're going through, and she likes to learn how better to go about things for herself by what other people are posting, and that's the only way she's going to be happy and how she's going to achieve her fitness goals. Last but not least, we have Alyssa, who is considered a spectator, who is owner of the site operationhourglass.tumblr.com. She runs this Tumblr site for motivation, however, not to document any personal weight loss, at least from what I had seen by going through her account. And she's been around for over a year according to her archives. On the right is just a screenshot of her Tumblr. Pretty funny quotes. She has a couple of repeats, so she might not really know. And a lot of images of really pretty girls and thin and just looking good in clothes, kind of. So she's nearing towards the line of a thinspiration, but she focuses more on the fitness. As for her demographics, she is just a spectator, so that I couldn't get a lot out of what she was sharing. So I'm going to say she's about 18 to 30 years old, female, maybe a college student, maybe a graduate in a suburban urban area with an average household income. An identifier for her would be, again, that she doesn't share a lot of personal information, a lot of following other people, but not a lot of people following her, so showing that she doesn't create content to draw people to her site, but she just kind of looks for everybody else to repost other images that she likes from. Not much original content, nothing really personal, kind of obvious that she just posts what she likes and what she sees on Tumblr, which is what a lot of people do. As for her online activities, I would say she's intermediate ability. Tumblr, I think there was one item of Facebook that I saw that I would say she's on Facebook. As for her image, I could not find one, again, because she is very private. However, the only two quotes I could find out of her was that she considers herself a fitler and fashionista, and then she had a few different quotes from other people that obviously she liked. So be yourself, everyone else is already taken, by Oscar Wilde. For her user story, I said that as a spectator in the Fitspo community, I need to be able to visit others' pages and take from it what I'd like in order to decorate my own page with motivation, which is what a lot of Tumblrs do, not even in the Fitspo community, but in general. Everybody finds what they like and posts it on their own page so they can have it, kind of like an online scrapbook. But that's all I have for the